Hey guys, Tony Depp here, absoluteability.com. And today I'm going to go through some reader mail, some guys who are having problems with their approaches, and I'm going to see if I can help this guy out. First girl, stunning blonde, waved at her and said, "Hi, how are you? Merry Christmas." One glance at E, must mean her, and went back to looking at her mobile. One glance at me. Okay, so first off, hi, how are you? How are you is a terrible opener. And here's the reason why. What's the first thing you think when someone asks you, "How are you?" First response, the unconscious response is none of your business. What do you want? Right? Hi, how are you? If you hear that from somebody, the first thing you think is, are they trying to sell me something? Are they selling life insurance? Are they a Jehovah's Witness? Right? So you never open with, how are you? This is a concept I explain in my online course, Conversation Genius, and the easy openers, which you can find in my school community. I'll put a link below. This, which you can try for free for 7 days, by the way. If you sign up, you can go in there for 7 days, try everything, and then quit. I don't care. But you want to open by giving value. So if you go direct, you say, "I just saw you. I thought you were cute. I had to meet you." Or maybe you look at the woman and you say, "Oh my God, you are fucking sexy. I'm Tony." You go direct. This is actually giving value because at least you're giving her a compliment and you're also telling her why you're there and why you're talking to her. That's a direct opener. You could also give value by going indirect. And so when you go indirect, that could be a situational opener, that could be an opinion opener. There's all kinds of different openers you can use. In easy openers, I teach how to create really good indirect openers. But basically, with an indirect opener, you want to do one of three things. You want to entertain her, educate her, or illuminate her. One, two, three. Okay. So educating her, number one, might be say it's Christmas. And if you said, "Did you know Santa Claus was invented by Coca-Cola for one of their marketing campaigns?" Like, let's say she's looking at a Santa. That could be an educational opener. Or you could entertain her. Say again, she's standing in front of a Santa Claus, and you go, "Oh my God, I just saw this movie called Santa's Claus. It scared the heck out of me. Santa's not supposed to be scary, right?" That might engage her to open up and laugh or share a story of her own. So that's entertaining her and illuminating her. That's like doing cold reads or telling her something about herself that's insightful. So instead of just an observation, you're giving an insightful observation. So you look at her with an illuminating comment and you see her standing in front of Santa and you say, "You seem like the kind of girl who loved Christmas when you were little. I bet you were up before your parents, sneaking down to take a look under the tree." Right? That's just a guess. That's all it is. So that's why you got that reaction, most likely. On top of that, I don't know anything about your vocal tonality, your body language. These are all things I can help guys out when we do private coaching. Okay, number two. One girl wearing full winter jacket and white tights followed 3 kilometers. Bro, why did you follow her for 3 kilometers? That's creepy as fuck. Okay. You see the girl, and if she's walking ahead of you, you run. You run. There's videos of me, if you watch my infields on my YouTube channel, of me running. And you don't have to run up and scare her, but you jog until you catch up to her, then you slow down, you walk past her, and you open her over the shoulder. You get slightly ahead of her, and you look back and you open her. Following her for 3 kilometers, that whole time you're building it up in your head. You're creating anxiety for yourself. It's not good. Okay. Instead, when I was a few meters away from the girl, an Asian woman appeared in front of me with her dog, and I engaged her. Well, it's better than nothing. I don't know, was she hot at least? It was awkward, I was nervous, and I was speaking too fast. Yeah, that's what happens when you're nervous, right? So to calm your nerves, what you want to do is focus on one thing. In the bottom of this video, I'll put something there called the Fearless Approach Blueprint. You sign up for that, and it gives you a short PDF document that teaches you a breathing technique that you can use to lower your nerves, to slow your heartbeat, lower your adrenaline, and clear your mind so that you're not nervous and stuttering. And by the way, that's totally normal if you're new to have that kind of anxiousness. It's fight or flight, and I explain it very thoroughly in that document. She could not understand, and when she finally realized when I'm saying she's cute, she laughed and walked off. Well, hey man, at least you're trying. That's better than 99% of guys out there who can't do anything but swipe on an app. If you keep doing it enough and learning, asking good questions like these ones, you're gonna improve, man. You're gonna get better, I promise you. Number 3, a Korean girl was taking pictures. I passed her by and came back 10 minutes later and she was still there. Okay, you got one shot. You're really lucky she was there. You don't want to be walking around for 10 minutes, getting in your head, building yourself up, trying to answer all of these unanswerable questions. So what happens is you go, well, what do I say? What if people see me? What if she's annoyed? And these are like little thought bubbles. Imagine each one of these questions as a thought bubble. And every one of those thought bubbles creates more questions, and they're all unknowable. So that results in anxiety. And that's what anxiety is. It's when you try to answer every single question at the same time and you just freeze. So use mystery method, 3-second rule. You see the girl, you go in 3 seconds before you let your conscious mind engage all of these unanswerable questions. Then you don't feel all that pressure and anxiety and bullshit. You don't follow women for 3 kilometers. You don't have nervous breakdowns. Okay. That's when I realized there's no point in engaging her. Okay, I'm going to stop the screen share. I'll just read it. It was awkward. Yeah. So the Korean girl was taking pictures. You opened with her and she said with a smile that her English ain't good. No speak English. Well, you can use Google Translate, right? So that's what you did. You said, just to be respectful, I opened the translator on my phone and asked her if she needs any help. She said no. We both wished each other well and walked off. So was your goal to pick her up or, to help her with her shopping, right? So I don't know why you ejected. Maybe you were nervous or you didn't want to talk to a girl using Google Translate, but you should have a goal. If your goal is to get her phone number or to tell her she's cute or get to know her, then you make that the goal. Otherwise you're just a helpful stranger. It's a good start, but you always want to follow from A to Z. You open the girl, you tell her why you're there, you get to know her a little bit, and then you ask for her number, right? Otherwise, you're wasting your time and energy, and you're not going to make a whole lot of progress. You need a good game plan. You can get one of my books, maybe I Hope It's Sunny Out, which will teach you how to approach women in the daytime, what to say. It's like $5. You can get it. Again, I'll put a link below. Okay, number 4, there's a small passageway along a big construction site that's happening, and I tried engaging a woman there. It didn't even last 10 seconds. Why not? Why didn't it last 10 seconds? Was it because you didn't know what to say? Every interaction, every approach you do, you have to aim for a minimum of 2 minutes. A minimum, because if you don't stay in there for 2 minutes, you're not going to learn anything. You're not going to improve yourself. Now, if she says, no, I'm not interested and runs away from you, I understand. But it's your job to learn how to talk to the women, to learn how to engage them, to learn how to be funny. And there's so much material online. There's no excuse. Missed approaching 3 women because I didn't have the guts and there were people around. I don't know why I am shit scared when people are around. That's because of your ego. So your ego is constantly pinging the environment. It's going, are people watching me? What if they think this is weird? What if they judge me? What if I get rejected? So there's a really great book called The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. He has another book called A New Earth. I highly suggest you read both of those books so you understand why your ego does that and how your ego in this situation is not your friend. The ego is a little voice that's like blah, 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 and you need to shut it off. You see the woman, you don't think, you just go. Boom. Maybe you have a memorized opener. Maybe you just wing it and try something. But you don't allow those voices to create the adrenaline, which will stop you from approaching. Because if you don't approach the women, you will get 0 results. Even though you're nervous, you go anyway. You face the fear head on like a man. And women are attracted to that, dude. If you take these risks, if you put your balls on the line, even though people are listening, people are watching, you go and you do it anyway. And when you get so good at this stuff, nobody knows you're approaching her because it looks like an old friend that you just saw, and people aren't going to even know that you're doing an approach. And really, who cares what they think? It's not illegal. You're not doing anything wrong. You're just being social. That's it. You're just being social. Don't even let the other people come into your consciousness. There's no point. It doesn't help, right? You gotta risk being creepy. You gotta risk being creepy. I have been trying direct approaches so far, thinking it will increase my guts. I guess you mean your courage, but I'm very bad. Yeah, because you're new. You got to give yourself at least a year. 1 year, you take 1 year out of your life and you say, I'm going to work on cold approach. Can you learn to play guitar in 1 year? You can get the very basics down if you practice every day. Can you learn a sport in a year? No. Cold approach is no different. You need to give it at least 1 year just to get the fundamentals down. And you're going to have to face your fear for a year. By the end of that year, if you work really hard, you're not going to be nervous. You're not going to crap your pants approaching a pretty girl anymore. At least you'll have the basics down. I'm going to do indirect approaches, even though they act as my crutch. At least I will be able to hold a conversation. Whatever it takes. Indirect gives me a little more confidence, and I will be using indirect only as an icebreaker. In less than a minute, I will be saying she's cute, pretty, beautiful, whatever. Good, try that. But, if you go and watch my course on indirect openers, it'll help you a lot. It's like an hour-long video series where I explain how to create good indirect openers that don't cause the girl to run away and that also convey personality, bring out her personality, and I teach how to escalate to flirtation. It's all in there, man. And this is stuff I field tested for 16 years with myself, with students. So go check it out, man. 7-day free trial. I am determined to meet someone new this festive season. I have been at this on and off for some time, but hopefully will be more disciplined in every aspect of my life in 2025. Yeah, that's totally amazing, man. So keep at it and don't expect it to all sort itself out in 2025. Consider 2025 the year that you increase these skills and gain competency, right? How long do you go to university? You go to university for 4 years because that's how long it takes to really learn something. And when you're in university, you're not just studying, but you're doing field work, you're getting mentored, you're pushing your comfort zone. So it's a really good start. I hope this video helps you. Give me a thumbs up at least. And until next time, adios.